Joining me on the phone now, Dean Eades from the Hurunui District Council. Good morning, Dean. Welcome to Compass FM. How are you? How's your family?
Yeah, all's well, Kerry. Hey, thanks very much for asking. And yours?
Yeah, no, mine are okay. I was able to extend my bubble last weekend to have my younger son with me for this week. So yeah, it's amazing what happens when you get a bit of family around you. Brightens the mood quite nicely. You're talking about level 3, expanding the bubble. We are still in level 3, and what does that mean? If you can explain that to us, Dean.
Yeah, so remember, team, that level 3 is basically the same as a level 4, but with a wee bit more travel and easing on business activity. You're still supposed to be staying at home. You're still supposed to be keeping it very local, and awaiting the oncome of level 2, whether that be next week or whenever the government decides that is. So it doesn't mean go out and extend your bubble now. It doesn't mean you can do all the other bits and pieces that you've been hanging out for. Just stay the course, and as soon as we get that go ahead, then we can. But we're still in level 3, so please remember that.
You're the Emergency Management Officer for the Hurunui District Council, but that would apply to the Waimakariri and pretty much everywhere around the country, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's a big blanket over the whole country. That's not region by region. Okay,
level 2. What will that entail for emergency management for you, Dean? When? I think we're going to find out on Monday whether we're moving and when, or we're staying, and these are the reasons why. But just, hypothetically, if we do move to level 2, what does that mean for emergency management in North Canterbury?
For the Hurunui, I can't really talk for the remainder of the whole of North Canterbury, because that entails the Waimakas and also Kaikoura. But once those restrictions kind of start coming off and we're allowed to go out and catch up with friends and family and work colleagues, and groups of 10 or less or more, and especially those outdoor gatherings of 100 or less. We're going to be moving into recovery very much sooner rather than later. And if anybody's ever listened to me on the radio before, we always used to carry out or talk about the 4 R's. So the readiness, the response, the recovery, and the reduction. We're obviously in the response currently, assisting the Ministry of Health to battle this COVID-19, and very shortly we're going to be moving into that next stage, and it's trying to find out what we need to do, what our local communities want, and then basically getting on with the job and creating the new normal.
That's what it's going to be, the new normal. And who's to say that the old normal was the right way of doing things? We've got an opportunity here to do things slightly differently, and I guess a bit of debate's going to happen with that as well. Dean, yes, and correctly, and thank you for pointing out that that's what the Hurunui District Council would be saying. Waimakariri and Kaikoura run slightly, well, maybe even exactly the same, but they need to talk for themselves, so I appreciate you pulling me up on that one there. Dean, going into the weekend, still on level 3, that's the main message that we need to get out there, yeah?
Yeah, sure is, Kerry. Yeah, hey, as I say, stay the course until we get the go-ahead for level 2. Treat it as no change. If you have extended your bubble slightly in that level 3 stage, that's awesome, but just keep it as that bubble. Don't extend it out any further. Travel, if you're going to go to the beach, go to your nearest beach. If you're going to go and do a little bit of other types of PT, physical activity, go to your nearest area. Don't travel halfway down the South Island just because you like that beach if you've got a perfectly good beach close by.
We might be able to do that in a couple of weeks' time. Hey, and also in a couple of weeks' time, if any casting agents want to get hold of you again to put you on TV or something, because you're a good-looking man. You could be a part-time male model, Dean. We just got a couple of weeks to wait for that, eh?
Yeah, a couple of weeks. My work colleagues are going to pay me out over this. Thanks very much for that, Kerry.
Hey,
Good man.
it's what we do here, Dean. Hey, listen, we'll keep in contact with you. All jokes aside, if anything needs to be talked about, you've got our number and we'll put you on the radio anytime that you need to. Dean Eades, Emergency Management Officer for the Hurunui District Council. Have a good weekend and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Great. Hey, thanks very much, Kerry. You too. Catch ya.
Fantastic.